A pastor is suing the state, claiming the Department of Corrections defamed him.
It comes after the effort to block the pastor from being a witness to the Scott Eizember execution earlier this year. News on 6's Emery Bryan is live with the story.
The case was just filed, and it claims the DOC made false statements about Reverend Jeff Hood, who was the spiritual advisor for death row inmate Scott Eizember. It was 20 years between the arrest of Scott Eizember and his execution, but a possible legal challenge from Reverend Jeff Hood threatened another delay.
What does it say to us that the Department of Corrections would try so hard to keep a minister out of the execution chamber?
Hood, with his attorney and supporting pastors, claims it was his opposition to the death penalty that led DOC to try blocking his presence. He's been arrested at protest, but DOC had concerns he might disrupt the execution from the inside. Ultimately, the families of Scott Eizember's victims asked DOC to let him in to prevent another delay. Hood claims DOC hurt his reputation and conspired to keep him out.
Not only did they lie, but they did so saying that they were protecting the victims, and they didn't even tell the victims what they were doing before they did it.
The lawsuit comes 2 months after the Eizember execution that was completed without incident and with Reverend Hood on the inside. He admits the lawsuit is more than just about defamation and part of a larger campaign against the death penalty.
Not only are we coming for the death penalty, we're coming for these government officials who are willing to lie and cheat and defame people in order to protect the death penalty.
The Department of Corrections had no comment on the lawsuit. That's their policy. A family member of the victims did have a comment. Deborah Wyatt described it as disgusting that someone would be trying to cash in on the death of her parents. Emery Bryan, Oklahoma's own News on 6.